Hi, I'm Janie Helms, and I'm here to talk about building relationships. Now, we're going to discuss 5 different areas or 5 different stages in building those relationships. Number 1, why is it so important to build relationships with students? Number 2, how do we do that? How do we make those connections? 3, how do we learn about our students, the more specific details that would allow us to make a class more successful? 4, what happens if people have differing opinions, viewpoints? How do you address that? And 5, how do we apply and use the Christian worldview with building these relationships? So, number 1, back to why is it so important to have relationships? The better the relationship you have with your students, whether they be adult or younger, if they feel that you care about them, if they feel that you want that relationship to work as a student and instructor, those students are going to feel more motivated, they're going to be more engaged in the class, and that also allows for less discipline issues. Number 2, how do we do that? Praises, being honest with them, even if they get a question wrong. So, even if they get a question wrong, you still need to find something they did right. Maybe just the fact that they spoke up and gave their opinion. If you are in science class, maybe they answered a question incorrectly, but technically that could be the correct answer for a different question. So you say that. You can say, oh, well, that would be the answer to the question if I had asked this. So what I am asking, and you give them more guidance. Give them some kind of positive feedback to let them not feel down and depressed that they got something wrong. But instead, focus on something they did know. Maybe they just didn't realize it. In math, even if they get the answer wrong, did they do any kind of step prior to that wrong answer? Did they do that correctly? Those praises will help increase their confidence and let them still strive to participate in your class. 3, how do I learn more about these students to be able to use everything that I just said? For me, I like to do surveys at the beginning of the school year, little icebreaker activities, a questionnaire, something that get the students up and moving around. They get familiar with each other. They get familiar with me. I myself will participate because I am wanting to be a part of the relationship in that room, not just student to student. And the more you learn about their cultural background, their experiences in life, what they've experienced so far, the better you're going to be able to organize your class to be successful and have successful relationships. Number 4, what if even learning about those students, you've done these surveys, you've done these lessons, you are building these relationships, but there are still different viewpoints. So as a teacher, you are supposed to be educating your students on how to behave, how to be an adult. Even if you have the adult learners, how can you address someone with a different opinion than you? You always stay respectful, keep an open communication, make sure that you are approachable and have a positive attitude throughout any of these discussions. You want to listen to what they have to say, listen to their reasoning behind their opinion. If they don't have a reason, that is, again, an open communication to explain the importance of being able to back up your opinion. If their opinion is based on false facts, then you could correct them with facts and see if maybe their viewpoints change. If there is no winning in the situation, you admit to the student, I agree that you have an opinion, you see why that's their opinion, and you leave it at that. Young learners have to understand how to communicate and have that dialogue, whether it be with their peers or their teacher. If it's an adult learner, they have to be able to have that discussion and be able to defend what they're doing and what they're learning as an adult with their instructor. Number 5, the Christian worldview. The whole point is that you are supposed to be caring. You are supposed to spread knowledge and make the world a better place. So in building these relationships with these students, in building their confidence, building their passion, or at least the fact that they see how much you care, that can rub off and they can spread that caring and knowledge to the rest of the world. I am the educator. I am supposed to inform my students, no matter the age, of knowledge and to show that I am passionate, I have a positive attitude, and that I can do and have the Christian worldview. And if I can, they have the potential to do it as well. So, building relationships, very important, no matter the age that you have. The relationship between an instructor and their student is key to success of a class as well as the world. Thank you.